Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from Arma Hobby. It's a new aircraft kit. As you can see, it comes as an expert set in 1/72 scale, which is, I would say, traditional for this brand, but aircraft choice is quite unusual for this manufacturer because, as you can see, it copies Nakajima Ki-84 Hayate. So we have a commercial sample, that's the final shape of this kit, and it also means that you will get exactly the same stuff as what you'll see in this video review. And I have to note the box art here, it is truly beautiful and it would be cool to get it as a poster. I wonder if they actually plan such thing. Note that we also have 2 stars here. Box size and I would say overall layout is pretty much standard for this brand. Here you can see comparison with my hand, and on the side here you'll find a short list of the features. So as far as you can see, we have plastic here, obviously, decals for 6 marking options, P parts, and also masks. So basically you get everything you need in this nice small box. But that's not all. On the rear side you'll find all 6 marking options which are supplied in this kit. I have to say that the choice is quite colorful, and definitely we have a good variety here because, as you can see, we have dark green, also classic green color, silver aircraft, as well as this mottled camouflage. And there is also address of the manufacturer and some safety advices on the other side. Obviously, we all know this is not a toy, and this is a side opening box, so it should be easy to open, as you can see. So actually, this is a pre-production frame. As you can see, I'm opening it for the first time, so it's as much surprise as for you. And, well, who knows, maybe there will be some improvements. But now I'm going to open it. It's a resealable plastic bag, so it's quite easy to open it. Just give me a second. Okay, so what do we get here in my pre-production frame set? I suggest we start with the plastic parts and then we continue with other elements. Why I'm a bit confused, because I see that assembly manual somehow got torn by the plastic sprues. That's the first time I see such thing, but nevertheless, here we start with the plastic sprue, which is dedicated to external fuel tanks, and actually these are bombs, to be honest. So as you can see, we have quite interesting design. And why I'm talking about fuel tanks, because I was looking at something different, which we'll review on the separate video review. Nevertheless, these are bombs. Note the parts design, because we have the lower section pre-molded together with the tail fin, and if I zoom in even closer, you can check it in a bit more detail, but I suggest I will take it just in the hand. Camera will try to focus. And now you can see what I'm talking about. This is quite interesting design. Again, it's good to see that Arma Hobby tries something new. Maybe such version of the molding will be working better. And here you can see these parts. From the opposite side, we have some guiding elements, so it should be easy to align all this stuff together. And tail wings, as you can notice, they are coming as a single piece part, so it should be easy to install them. And they are going into designated slots, as far as you can see. Next, we continue with one large gray plastic sprue, which actually carries all the necessary parts. So here we have fuselage hulls, we have wing parts, we have also engine, cockpit, and other elements. As you might remember from the previous videos, Arma Hobby does not skip on details, even though the scale is quite small, and it would be safe to say that some 1/48 scale manufacturers do not copy as much as what you get here, and you can see it with your own eyes. I mean, all the details here are quite impressive and they truly deserve careful painting. So here you can take a look at cowling panels, also 20 gear legs, top part of the wing, which features recessed panel lines and rivets. We also have a cockpit floor and engine parts here. And by the way, I will include some macro shots of these parts in the review article, so stay tuned. And next we continue with another wing part. Note that wing mechanization is pre-molded. Well, I mean, this is a 1/72nd scale, so that's not unexpected, I would say. And it would be more surprising to see a separate wing mechanization, but it will be also a bit more cumbersome for some maneuvers. Here we continue with fuselage halves. So both are molded together with a tail fin and rudder. So again, rudder is pre-molded, but cowling should be assembled out of separate panels, as you remember. And we have really nice external features here. So it's just a matter of not losing them under several layers of paint and primer. Be sure not to overdo this stuff. Note that propeller attachment points are placed right on the blades, so be careful while separating all this stuff. And here we continue with the lower wing half. Note that again we have flaps and ailerons pre-molded, we have recessed panel lines, and everything looks nice in my opinion. Another important feature is that the frontal cowling section is molded as a single piece part, so it means you won't have any nasty gaps and seams in this visible place. And if I flip it over here, you can take a closer look at what is molded inside fuselage. So we have some minor features in the cockpit area, and obviously they will be enhanced with help of P parts, I hope. So as far as you can see, we have some unpainted P parts, and that's what I'm opening right now, so that we can talk in a bit more detail. And by the way, I can give you a bit wider overlook of this sprue. So here are all the parts from the opposite side. In my opinion, everything looks fine. By the way, here it's worth checking the main wheel wells, which are pre-molded together with a top wing half. Quite a, I would say, tricky design, which should be easy to work with. But I like that this brand is not afraid to try something new. As I said before, it's always you see something unusual what wasn't done before, and this is really cool because it gives us something interesting, especially in 1/72nd scale, which is not that, I would say, often innovated even today. So here we continue with the PE thread. This one is unpainted, as I said before. We have engine parts and some parts for seat belts. It's a good addition, and we get it for free out of the box, so nothing should be said against it. And next we continue with masks. So masks are pre-cut. Here we have masks for template and also for landing gear wheels, so everything is covered out of the box, literally. So this is really cool. And now I'm trying to find a decal sheet, because I can see that we have a small errata decal sheet, but I didn't see the actual decal sheet. It was hidden in the assembly manual, so here it is. And here we come with a quite interesting thing, because as you can see, or as you remember, we have 6 marking options, and printing quality is really nice. It comes from Tech Mod, so there is nothing to worry about. We also have a segmentation, so all the stencils and cockpit decals, they are printed separately. And note that here we have also decals for seatbelts. In case you are not huge fan of PE parts, you can use those, but it would be really strange. And obviously nobody stops you from copying Hinamaru with help of masks. If you are brave enough, in this scale it would look impressive. And as for the errata note, which I mentioned before, here it is. So here we have small yellow areas, which should be also installed or applied on the model. That's not all. We have clear parts. Obviously this aircraft won't be complete without a canopy, so I'm taking it out right now. Just give me a moment and we will check it together. And what's really notable, that even in 1/72nd scale we still have an openable canopy, so it means you can assemble open cockpit out of the box. You don't have to modify anything. These parts look cool, and molding quality is really clear and crisp, and as you remember, we have masks included, so there is nothing to worry about. But that's not all. We also have assembly manual, which is printed in form of small color printed brochure. It's a typical format for Arma Hobby. On the first page you will find a short history note and colors chart together with the components map, if we can say so. And next we continue with assembly process. So everything starts with the cockpit floor, and here you can see that bulkheads going straight away together with the pilot seat. You have to do some modifications if you would like to install what is written here. Just give me a second. So For marking option 1, you'll have to drill a hole, so be careful, follow the instructions. Next, we continue with an engine, so this one is also quite detailed, as I said before. Be sure to use the supplied P parts because they will copy the ignition wires, and then we join everything in between fuselage halves and assemble wing parts. Here we install or join wing and fuselage together. We start working on the air intake, and here we have a choice between plastic and PE parts. Obviously PE will be a bit superior because it copies the engine mesh. Here you are given a choice on whether to assemble open cockpit or the closed. As you can see, some modifications will depend on this choice. And next we continue with landing gear system. So here you have to do several interesting things. Note that for the bomb installation you have to cut off the tail, let's say, fin, if you can say so. Here we have also separate engine cooling flaps. They are given in 2 positions, either open or closed. And then we proceed with marking guide. Marking guide, as you can see, it is printed in color, so it should be easy to understand what you have to do. And again, I remind you that there are 6 marking options. They are quite colorful. I especially like this one, so it might be an interesting choice to copy in a 1/72 scale. And by the way, some of you were asking about the paint chart, so here it is. As you can see, colors are given in several manufacturer designations, so it will be easy to find the one you usually use with your aircraft builds. As for today's set, it should be already available on official manufacturer website. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about such a list. Do not forget to write it here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and